All right, guys, welcome back. My name is Guillermo. We're here with Shane and Brian. We're gonna just talk a little bit about RV parks, just a little brief overview. I know Shane and Brian have a fund currently, so we're gonna talk a little bit about their fund, which is called Wise Choice Fund LLP Investment. So Wise Choice Fund LLP is offering unique investment opportunity in mobile home and RV parks. This document outlines the fund's strategy teams and projected returns for accredited investors. So with that being said, I don't know, Shane, Brian, you want to kick it off and start from here?
Sounds good. Let's do it. All right. So the investment strategy, a wise choice. We're aiming to expand its portfolio by investing in mobile home and RV parks. And our strategy addresses the increasing demand for affordable living and travel options. So the fund targets a 27% internal rate of return and a 1.5 equity multiple. That's our minimum. Distributions are made quarterly with an 8 to 14% preferred return. So we look to acquire properties, we negotiate the purchase price, conduct a due diligence, we finalize the ownership, and we often get terms and directly with the sellers. Once we acquire the parks, we do what's called stabilization. We stabilize the park, we improve the infrastructure, we upgrade the facilities, we address operational inefficiencies. And this is usually done over a 6-month time period. And in operation, we optimize the offerings by enhancing visitor experiences and implement marketing initiatives over the next 30 months. And then investment, we restabilize operations and prepare for sale over 21 months. So basically by 60 months, we're ready to sell. All right, Shane.
Great. Let's move on to the next one, guys.
Go for it.
So the problem and the solution. So one of the reasons that we chose or had an attraction towards RV parks and mobile homes, we've really decided to really push this focus even more down the RV path and less so the mobile home path. But one of the reasons we saw it was like an affordable housing option, right? So we see a lot of housing issues, a lot of price issues for people in affordability. So we looked at RV parks as a solution that a lot of people are now gravitating towards, not only for affordable housing, but also because it's an opportunity for people to combine the outdoors, reconnect with nature, I guess, deload or undigest from the digital world we're in, and find a way to also still make things affordable, right? So when it comes to affordable housing, we find that RV parks provide a way to provide enjoyment in the reduction in value of a home, but also a way to reconnect to nature, as I was saying. And they're just a great option in terms of price strategies. But that all being said, right, as an investment solution, we find that they're also great profit and potential, sometimes a turnkey scenario, which makes it very useful for us. So it's a twofold and it's a win-win for everyone, right? We find affordable solutions. We find solve a pain point for people who need a place to live and a place to enjoy their time, whether it's an individual or family, but also on an investment strategy, we find that RV parks can have a great return and a great investment with a very low overhead. Back to you, Brent.
So the community impact, basically RV and mobile home parks provide crucial affordable housing solutions. They promote financial stability and allow resources to be allocated to other essential needs. So these parks foster close-knit communities, enhance social cohesion, and stimulate local economies. They also contribute to overall community development and inclusivity. So the financial stability, it provides affordable housing options, reduce financial burden on the residents. And the community building, basically parks foster close-knit communities and enhance social cohesion. A lot of parks, they stick together, they look after each other, and when someone's like walking on the park, they know right away. So that's cool. Economic stimulus, parks attract tourists and support local businesses alike. And inclusive development, parks contribute to overall community growth and inclusivity. All right, Shane.
Great. Let's catch on to the next one. So a little bit about our team, right? So we've had a few changes in our team, but we've kind of grown and expanded. And we're now in this really nice sweet spot where we have the right individuals in the right spot to tackle things. So we have people in our team who are underwriting. We have people on our team who are doing acquisitions, and people on our team who are doing, I guess you call it like a capital raise or initial outreach to investors such as yourself. For those of you who may be watching this video here, what we do as a team, right? We work with actually some of our other GP and LP services and other investor portals who have actually helped create underwriting tools for us. So we have collaboration not only with ourselves as a team, but also adjacent tools for fund and syndications. And they're creating really cool resources for us to help make underwriting quicker and easier, and for us to really project our returns from a 5 to 10-year return strategy. So we bring not only our team's expertise, but we actually have affiliated partners as well. As I was saying, we have investor portals, and we actually have additional partners who we've actually done some of our initial deployment on. They were already prior park operators for over 10 years. They'd already done syndications of close to 100 million. So when we connected with them and brought what we had with what they had, we had multiple ways to evaluate parks. We had multiple ways to underwrite parks. We had multiple means of feedback when it comes to every investment we do. So our team is a tight niche group of us that, we kept it small and tight, but we have key stakeholders who can action quickly and who know the investment makes sense pretty quickly for us. It allows us to raise capital for only things that make sense and not chase down, parks that may be a waste of our time. And that all being said, right, that way when it comes to us raising capital for our fund, we're only delivering parks that make sense. And we're only delivering parks that have come through 2 to 4 iterations of underwriting from not only our team, but from also our multiple partners. So it takes several layers of scrutiny we go through, and then we additionally have it reviewed for future performance on not only our end, but also at our other partners' end, which gives us several layers of protection, I would call it, in terms of evaluating and making sure that our investments make sense for our investors. Back to you, Brian.
Good deal. So partnerships. At Wise Choice Acquisitions, we have partners with Paradise Parks and Alex Alexander. These partnerships bring diverse expertise in mobile home sales, RV park management, and technology. Paradise Parks focuses on investing in destination RV parks and resorts. Alex Alexander manages 50 income-producing properties in Hawaii and here in the States as well. Wise Choice Acquisitions, we specialize in real estate asset acquisition and management. Paradise Parks does investing in destination RV parks and resorts. And then Alexander, he does manages 50 income-producing properties in Hawaii. It also does RV park acquisition. All right, Shane.
Trying to pull that full circle because we said we do have Wise Choice Fund, which is our fund of funds for RV parks. We also have another separate unrelated acquisitions team, which is for finding parks. And those parks sometimes come through our fund, sometimes they don't, but we are separate teams with separate underwriting. So even if our acquisition looks at a deal, we get parks through an acquisitions funnel, we may underwrite it twice within our internal teams as well. And then as Brian said, Alex is another great partners of ours. He's done numerous park acquisitions, numerous syndications, and him and his team have also helped us evaluate parks as we've gone through. So we've had a good partnership there in terms of looking at parks, underwriting parks, and getting assistance with his property managers and his legal and some of his additional underwriters. So we've been able to mirror our partnership quite well in terms of evaluating numbers there. So yeah, here we have some example of parks. These are actually 2 parks that we recently deployed through our fund here. And funny enough, these were actually parks with that previous partner there, Alex. His team actually had initially acquired the initial seller interest, negotiated and locked that deal up. And then we became partners on the funding side with it. So we were able to, once again, use their experience and use our fund's experience and collaborate to make sure we had a pretty solid investment here. But you see, we have Cave River and Ranger Park, and you can see what our initial investments were on these parks here, right? And you can see that these IRRs are pretty crazy, right? Compared to most multifamily deals, we're seeing, what I'd say sometimes nearly double what I've seen in other deals, sometimes triple. But the most important thing to me, or most unique thing, is these equity multiples, right? As you see a few slides back, we said 1.5 being our minimum multiple requirement. But in reality, we are typically seeing these 2 to 3.5 range. So, I mean, it typically most investors you're going to see on our funds are going to 2 to potentially 3x their money in a 5-year time frame, right? So that's obviously in the fund, right? We are diversified over numerous parks. So even if one park only does 1.5, but one does 3.5, and you're still getting these averages of 2 to 2.5 return over 5 years. So not only is the cash on cash good, the IRR is good, but at the end of the day, just the absolute equity return is a substantial return on your money in about 5 years.
Definitely. All right. So our next steps. Before we do that, let's talk about the equity multiple again. So let's say you invested $100,000 into one of these parks. Let's talk about Ranger. If you put $100,000 in 5 years, you get basically $459,000 back. That's what the equity multiple is all about. You get your principal back, plus your disbursements, distributions every quarter, and then the equity per your 100,000 you put in. So the next steps, if you're interested and you're a credit investor, we'd love to talk to you. You can book a Zoom and we'll tell you more, give you more details, and talk about how you get started. If you want to book a calendar meeting with us, you can go to go.wisechoicefund.com, or the link will be in the description as well.
Awesome.
All right.
Also, I just have one question before we end. I know the biggest question when it comes to investing your own money is credibility. And, why would people choose, Brian or Shane or Wise Choice Fund rather than, I guess you can say, a broker? Because brokers do acquire parks. Brokers do help people qualify for, for loans or a way to qualify to get a RV park. So why would they choose, Wise Choice Funds, Shane, Brian, instead of, I guess, a broker or somebody else?
Well, I'll go first. So we use our experience to go seller direct. We don't use brokers, or typically we don't use brokers because we can get better deals when we go seller direct. We can usually get better deals with them. We can negotiate terms and better interest rate. We can obviously alleviate the broker fee, which is sometimes 4 to 6%. So on a multi-million-dollar deal like this, a broker would be making anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000 just in their commission. And so we can get rid of that. We can sometimes take over the loan, the existing debt that's there in the park, and then negotiate terms and stuff like that. So we're getting a better deal, and we use our experience, our real estate experience and knowledge to do that. And then we have partnerships like Alex, Paradise Parks, or other partnerships with our other partners that are in the park business. And we use that all together to make some really great deals.
Yeah, I'd love to add on to that. So another important distinguishing factor is when we're talking about brokers, Guillermo, we're also talking about acquisitions versus a fund, right? So in the fund, we're treating people when they come in, you become an LP, which is a limited partner, right? So you are in essence a passive investor. So your money comes in and you're just getting mailbox money. You're just getting paychecks every quarter, right? Whereas if you're going to be trying to be your own acquisitions or become a partner on like an individual partner on a primary park, you're likely to have your hands in the pot a little bit. You're likely to have to be involved in the daily operations. You're also potentially associated with more risk because you are like directly on the title. So you are affiliated with that park in a different manner. Whereas you're coming through our fund, right? You are like a layer of protection. You are a step away or step removed from the actual park because you are coming to our fund. And also because in our fund, you're not buying into one park specifically, you are buying into potential numerous parks. So we also diversify your investment over the course of your time with us. So I mean, I guess it's a matter of, do you want to invest at the fund with someone like us who niches on just really RV parks? Because we're probably one of less than a handful of people I know who run an RV fund specifically. I mean, even most people do mobile homes specifically. So we are rather niche in that demographic. But yeah, we are fund of funds, right? So your money gets deployed into multiple deals. It's diversified. You get to be a passive investor, much like you would in your 401k, much like you would maybe in any kind of maybe self-directed IRA, but we're offering, significantly higher returns, sometimes double, if not 2.5 times what you're seeing in your typical investment strategies now. So yeah, it's a difference of, are you going to be an active, engaged partner who wants to spend time doing day-to-day evaluating stuff, or would you rather be a passive partner, diversified and multiple deals and kind of just get your mailbox money? Not necessarily one good or necessarily that one's better than the other, but it is just different options for investing. So that's one of the reasons I think we like our fund, because we offer that passive investment, multiple partnerships with multiple layers of protection, the opportunity to diversify, which is a great thing because we're not syndicating, right? We are a fund of funds. So your funds can be distributed amongst multiple deals. So if one or two deals don't do as good as the other one or two deals, your average return still can be exceptional and still outperform the market.
Awesome. Yeah, no, thank you so much for that clarification. I know you said RV is a little bit like a niche, but just like that saying, the rich are in the niches. So RV is a good place to be in a good niche. So with that being said, Shane, Brian's social are going to be linked on the bottom of the LinkedIn as well as our website. If you want to reach out to them or contact them through, I believe, a Zoom, correct?
Yep. You can Zoom, book a call. You can even give us a call. We'll put our phone number in the description and our links, our Zoom, and of course the website.
Awesome, awesome. Well, if you guys have anything else to share, we'll just probably end it here and have a good day, guys.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.